Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. I am a level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to do an update on Chainlink. We're going to start on the 4-hour, then we'll zoom out a little bit, see what's going on. We're going to do an update, try to do updates several times per week. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want access to our private Telegram alerts group where we try to keep you up to date on everything, every day, going in the markets, even the stock market, total market caps, everything in between that you can think of, consider subscribing to our Patreon group, link below. All right, so here we go. 4-hour chart. We have our low that we talked about yesterday from March 19th. So far, we're trying to put in a higher low, but we're not out of the woods yet. Even if this is a higher low, we have to take out our highs. So we have to look at the stair steps that we're as we march up the hill here, right? So first step is just above 19 here, right? Then we can march up, and then we look at our high. Once we break this high, right, that breaks this downtrend because we are in a downtrend. We have the early signs of a potential reversal, but we only have one step so far, and that's a higher low. We don't know if this is going to come up. If this price reverses anywhere before 1920, then this downtrend remains intact. And then we're going to look for a lower low to come down or maybe retest these lows. Okay. However, if Chainlink starts to break above here, 1920, our next primary target to the upside, 2050, right? Break that. Then we're looking at, our new local highs here. We break this down, and then on all high time frames, the sky's clear and we're bullish for liftoff. Okay. This is it. It's not, there's no other steps. It's like we break 21, 22 area, and like 27 to 30 is, rapidly on the horizon. Okay. So that's what we're looking for the next several days. I like our chances so far. It's looking good because as of even a few hours ago, now we've closed back above the EMA 8, the red line here, right? You can see that's been resistance for quite some time. And not only that, but we're working on closing above the EMA 21, which is the yellow line, which is really the bull bear side of the fence. So barring a sell-off here in the next 2 hours, right? Depending on when you watch this, go check this out. Did we close above the EMA 21, right? 1810. If we did, the odds are improving of continuing higher. Look at the Bollinger Bands. They're pinching up here, likely signifying a bigger move on the horizon. Now, which direction can you anticipate is which side of the Bollinger Bands you are on, right? The top half or the bottom half. So far, right, the median line, that thin purple line, not this one, that's the EMA 14, this thin one, right? So that's what we're looking for to maintain bullish structure, right? We're looking to maintain price action in this upper half of the Bollinger Band at the same time that we want to see this mouth open. So textbook, right? What you'd want to see is something like this on the upper band, something like this on the lower band, and then price action would, likely do something like that. Or vice versa, right? If we start to sell off and we get rejected here, right? And then you'd want to watch for this because this would be like a likely a retest of these lows back here if this scenario occurs, right? So whichever half of the Bollinger Band's on, price action is on, that is your odds of the move. Okay, so you want to try to watch that on the shorter time frames to kind of anticipate where you could potentially go on the bigger time frames. So speaking of that, let's zoom out to the daily, see how that's shaping up. What do we have? Well, last time we talked way back yesterday, we were battling this 100 EMA. We ended up closing just above it, and now we're looking at 3 lower tail wicks, which is bullish, right at a key moving average, the 100-day EMA, right, and a higher low from back on March 19th. 3 days in a row so far. We haven't closed today yet, so 6 hours from now, we'll know. We have short-term resistance at the EMA 8 here, right? Look at all this, right? EMA 8 is this red line, right? We haven't tagged it yet, but until we close a daily candle above that, right, we're still kind of in the thorn bush, whatever that means. So EMA 8 as of right now is 1841. So look to see if today's prices close above 1841. If they do, that increases our odds of further upside again. And then what's our next level, right? The same as the 4-hour. It's like 1920. That would get us back above all moving averages, bullish, and we'd get in the upper tier of this Bollinger Band. And note also, those are pinching. So likely a bigger move on the horizon for Chainlink. So ideally, what we'd want to watch for is something like this. See this little W pattern happening? with the higher low, right? Low, higher low. And then this is what we'd want to see form here, right? Especially these Bollinger Bands, right? Opening up, just like we looked at the 4 hour. Price action does something like this. And then, you know, the Chainlink flannel sends us right straight to heaven. So that's what we're looking for. Ideally, out of Chainlink for the bulls, right? Maybe you want more Chainlink and you want to buy lower prices. Well, then you'd look for a rejection on one of these major moving averages on the daily chart, right? You got a lot of netting to get through here. A lot of moving averages, right? That will act as relative resistance. So if we want the big bulls to show up, we got to cut through that, right? Just like we did here, right? Look at that. And kind of the big moves, right? You just kind of brush it off, go right through it, okay? So that's Chainlink for this Thursday, April 4th update. Okay, let's do our card and quote of the day. I seek the truth. It is only persistence in self-delusion and ignorance. Words are hard. That does harm, especially when your mouth is dry. Need a little bit of agua. All right, card of the day. In the embarrassment, where are we at? Nope, that's another quote. There we go. Jesus. Murcielago, Lamborghini Murcielago. The last true Lamborghini with perfect vertical doors. They went straight up. All the newer Lamborghinis, they kind of flare out a little bit, right? So great, great doors. And this is the special version. That is not what SV means. SV means super veloce, which translates to you lost. All right, I'll see you on the next one.